Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Murfreesboro.com show. I am John I. Carey, your host. Welcome back again. We appreciate you tuning in. And we have a wonderful guest today who is a man of many talents.
Why, thank you.
Yeah, and let's see, husband, father, businessman, entrepreneur, friend.
Male model.
I forgot about that one. Yes, sir. And just all-around good person over here.
I appreciate it.
Mr. Jeremy Lee, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for letting me be here.
This is awesome. Yeah, and we'll get into the nuts and bolts of what we spoke about earlier here in a minute, because you started a new venture that, I don't know, it's hard to explain. Like, it's heartwarming, it's touching, it's very unique. Mm-hmm. Which I really want to dive into that here in a minute, but we'll get to that. Sure. So, but before that, for those of you watching, listening that don't know Mr. Lee, tell us about you, all the stuff you got going on.
Man, I love how you started with husband and father, because that's how I started in my heart when I think of who I am.
All right.
Been married 25 years to Elizabeth. I love her very much. I've got 2 boys.
Yeah.
2 big old bears that play football at Blackman High School.
I've seen them. They got some big boys, man.
I love those boys, and I love supporting them. And so, that's my heart. But I've for a lot of my life, I was a minister. Actually, I came to Murfreesboro to be a minister.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I worked with teenagers and things like that. That's a big part of my story. But when my boys were young, I made a shift into online business. Mm-hmm. It was kind of funny. A group of guys were wanting to build membership sites. That was when that was popular. E-learning membership sites. Yep. And they were like, let's all build one together, like a little mastermind group. And I didn't really want to, but I was like, whatever. And I was really interested in parenting. I love the subject of helping parents. And so I built parentzilla.com.
Parentzilla. Wow.
Like, don't be a parentzilla.
I got you.
Like the bridezilla thing. And
there you go.
So, and it went really, really well when I was giving everything away for free. But when I tried to monetize it, it like bombed huge.
Oh, no.
So, but that was my first introduction to online business, and I actually really liked it.
Cool.
And so I flipped that into another membership site, and that was more successful. And then in the process, I met my partners, and I started a marketing agency.
There you go.
So now I'm one of the founders of Boro Business Labs.
There you go.
Do digital marketing for businesses.
So just digital marketing in general. And you guys you exploded. Like, man, you got a bazillion clients, and oh my gosh.
There was an incredible opportunity. Each of us had our own individual agencies, and we all had our specialties. Josh did websites, Dean was more SEO, Google, and I was more email, social media.
Got it.
Online funnels, those kind of things. And we realized if we put ourselves together, we would pretty quickly become a decent sized agency. And then we saw that there wasn't a ton of others in this booming town, and there was a lot of opportunity. So we decided to seize it. And you're right. It jumped. I think last count was 237 clients.
Wow.
In 3 years. And
man, congrats on that. That is awesome.
It's a joy. We've had a blast.
Can I just osmosis get some of your energy?
Oh, come on
through
now.
You? I mean,
we all understand who's got the energy.
Oh, shoot.
Table.
Yeah, right.
Please.
Shoot. But it's that, and I mean, plus the 3 of you are like the 3 amigos. So you guys are the greatest pairing. I mean,
appreciate that.
I love watching your socials because they're so funny.
And shout out to Macy, who does a lot of that for us as well. But the business partnerships, I don't know if you've ever been in one, but like it's an interesting relationship. I don't call it a friendship, because I think it's got more depth than that. We're more connected than that. Yeah. But it's got its own factors to it. But I can't have found 2 others those guys are genuinely, it's the definition of a great partnership. They're good where I'm not.
Yeah. Yep.
But at the same time, there's this mutual respect we have found, and then the thing that is key is there's a trust that we're going to all get our stuff done.
There you go. See,
we all work differently. We all completely work differently, but everybody trusts that you're going to get your crap done. Yeah. And so it's worked, and
there you go.
I wouldn't want to do it any other way. And it's amazing. Love those guys. Shout out.
That's right. Yeah, definitely. Because I love this, because whenever you guys get brought up in conversation, everybody loves you guys.
Like, really?
Yeah, I swear to God.
To know. Sometimes I wonder.
And I'm not the only one who's referenced the socials. And they're like, oh, man, some of the stuff they post is hilarious. And I'm like, yeah, it is. The one you did where y'all were dancing in the office or something. Oh, my God. Whatever challenge that was.
Yeah.
Dude, that was funny.
Again, the key to that was hiring a dynamic social person, Macy Quarter. She sets all that up. She literally comes in and goes, okay, it's time again. And we're like,
really?
Oh, man. Yeah. All right, let's go. We have to fire ourselves
up. That's funny. Yeah, well, they're definitely, for everybody who's not following their socials, go follow the socials because you'll like them. So, and then, recently you guys just started another little venture that, thank you, I got invited to. I really appreciate that. Yeah. But tell us about that one.
Oh, that's Society 615. So it's the first ever influencer agency in Murfreesboro.
Cool.
And as best we can tell, we've done a ton of research, and most influencer agencies are run national campaigns with influencers.
Gotcha.
We can't find another one that is focused on local businesses, but that's what we wanted to do. We understood that influencer marketing is a new hot trend, and we for near a year have been planning the idea of doing it, but we wanted to make it local because we're local. That's all we're about, local businesses.
Gotcha.
So our strategy has been, we're going to build a list of about 150 influencers in the Murfreesboro, Nashville area, and we're going to pair them up for campaigns with local businesses.
Very cool.
And we can't find another. This is either really good or really bad. We can't find another agency doing this. And and we actually partnered with Macy, who I mentioned earlier. She was our first employee, and we've taught all of our employees that you don't get wealthy off a salary. You've got to own something.
Right, yeah.
And so we were like, hey, would you like to be our business partner? And so we started LLC with her, and she's our business partner. And yes, we had a launch party of Redstone,
which was awesome.
You were there, and I appreciate that so much. And all our influencers came, and they did the deal, and it was fabulous. And so far, we are signing clients, and it's going really, really well. So.
That's awesome. See, that's another thing. That's another thing I say about you guys. You're nothing but a good time. So like when we went, when you guys, thank you again for the invite. When I was like, I gotta go. This is gonna be fun. And so, I mean, right off the bat, when you walk in and sign in, you had that little bell that you ring, and all of a sudden a hand just shot out behind the wall holding the
champagne wall.
That was I was like, why are you ringing this bell? And all of a sudden, bing, the hand popped out.
I was so sad to find out that a legal bartender had to do that, because I wanted to sign up for that job. That would have been so fun.
That was very cool.
If I would have done it, I would have like yelled at him, like scared him, like, like the living horror champagne.
Right. Oh God, yeah. No, that was very cool, because I was like, what is this wall for? And then pop, the hand pops out. Yeah. But it had the glove on and everything. It was like,
fancy.
Now, I do want to add, there was one particular lady there that I met that, I can't remember her name. You have to help me out. But I do not understand this trend. She has 800,000 followers on TikTok.
Chance.
Thank you. Yeah. Was it the ASMR or whatever you call that stuff? Or is that her? No, I'm thinking of the wrong lady.
No. I mean, Chance was there, and she's a TikTok star that's a part of our agency. And
gotcha.
She always starts her TikToks with, what are you doing?
Okay. I had it backwards.
Hook, you understand hooks.
Yeah, yeah.
And if you ever look her up, she's, what are you doing? And then it's just like you're into it.
Okay.
She's hilarious.
Okay.
Yeah, she's great.
Nice. I had them switch, because there was somebody there that does the ASMR stuff, and I do not understand that. Do you get that?
No.
Where you talk like this into the microphone, and everything's a whisper.
No, I don't even know who you're talking about.
Yeah, there was somebody, and I think I'm getting my people crossed. Excuse me for those if they're watching, but I met him in passing, but I was like, I need to learn more about this stuff.
I do too.
They had like a gigantic following, and all about whispering and what they talk about. It was really weird.
Serious.
I do not understand it.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'll go back to the office and ask.
Yeah, right. You just do like a whole interview whispering.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I swear to God.
I would never be able to do that.
That would drive me nuts.
Let's do the rest of our interview whispering. No?
And viewership.
Everything just dropped.
Everything just dropped, yeah. That's awesome. But no, so you got that. That's very cool. No, do you have any other things going on? I don't know. Besides we'll get to that.
Yes, like we talked about earlier, we have some similar to what you do with Murfreesboro.com, but on a much lower level. We have some things. We do Best of Murfreesboro, and we're doing kind of a best of series.
I love that, by the way.
I appreciate that,
because
you could have taken that a whole nother way.
Oh, no. You guys nailed it with that.
It is obvious who the king of this space
right.
is.
Thank you.
But no, it's just here's our thing. We from the beginning, the three of us have known that our unfair advantage in the world of business is that we can build digital businesses for next to nothing. So in in addition to serving all of our clients, which we've built a team of 17 people that help them, and we help them, and we're there. But in addition to that, we want to always be spinning up businesses ourselves digitally. And so any and every concept, if anybody out there has a digital business concept and you want to partner with us, come on, bring it on. We love ideas. We love making things happen. And that's kind of my role on the team is to bring ideas to life.
Yeah.
And so I'm in charge of that piece of what we do.
Nice. Okay. Is there, as far as your businesses go, is there a certain area that you guys excel in, that you work more with certain clients? Like, I don't know how to word this. Like, you do, or do you just encompass everything online, basically?
So no, it's a local business.
Okay.
If you have a widget and you want to sell it to the whole dang world, we're not your best agency. Okay. But if you have your widget on Bob's widget shop on the corner of Main Street and you want to serve your city, we know how to set your shop up online and do really, really well and get you customers.
Because I know you guys are really good at like the Google local searches and all that. Yeah, for the Google places. Okay.
We start with that where a lot of agencies don't. A lot of agencies want to build your website first. We say no, get set up correctly on Google first.
Yeah.
And we just got a passion for it.
Yeah.
And then, within the local businesses, we do really well with dentists, lawyers, all the service trades and those kind of things. People who are who really need to compete online with competition, we can help them rise and those kind of things.
Yeah, and kudos to you guys. Like with I think this was a couple months ago, Apple came out with a giant announcement with their maps and all that stuff, but you guys pounced on it. And it was like, oh, we got it. And so
in our world, that changed everything. I'm going to tell you something. That was a stressful day. Because,
was it? Oh, gosh.
Well, yeah, because being in you understand this, being in the technology world, one change.
Oh, I know.
And everything, you're like, oh my gosh.
The butterfly effect could be cool.
Yeah. So when we saw that, we were like, number one, how is this going to affect the businesses we serve? Like, and so we called a meeting, like emergency meeting. We were all there. We listened to the announcement. We debriefed it, and we were like, let's get the word out as fast as we can to our clients and to everybody. And then we began right away making sure our clients had Apple directory listings.
Yeah. Very cool. Yeah, because I saw the Apple announcement, and I swear it was like 2 or 3 hours later, I saw y'all posted. Yeah. Like, don't worry, we got you. Like, you were already on it.
To us, that's the benefit of an agency, because a business owner doesn't wake up every day thinking about this stuff, and we do. Yeah,
definitely. Cool. Well, very cool. So if anybody needs help online with any of that stuff, check them out, Boro Business Labs.
Thank you.
There you go. Heck yeah. I mean, I've met with you guys before to help me out. So, yes, thank you.
Much appreciative.
But if you don't mind moving on
let's do it.
To the topic I really want to pick your brain about. So one of the things I mentioned I didn't mention in the beginning about you is you are a cancer survivor.
Yeah.
So, and which I'm guessing led to this new.
Yes.
Okay. So now I told you before I was going to say this for the podcast. So I started, when we have guests on here, I start to research and do different things, but I got into it and I stopped. And I said, no, I'm going to learn about this with you, with the audience. So I want to hear all this. So I got into it. I was like, nope, put it away. So,
I appreciate that.
So if you don't mind, have the floor, man. Let it. So,
well, the passion project that you're referring to is called Last Word Letters, and it was born out of my cancer journey, and that's back in 2016. So a good long time ago. Thank goodness. I'm grateful.
Yeah.
But my boys were young, and life was just really different, and I went in for a vasectomy, truthfully.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
And, you're like, oh, yeah, really? That's what all my guests tell me.
Yes, yeah. That's a normal conversation here.
In fact, I've got pictures. Hold on, we'll go later. But I went in for a vasectomy, and the doctor said if you have unusual pain, go to the ER. I think that's his standard thing.
Okay.
Well, that night I actually had really unusual pain.
Okay.
And I had paid up on my deductible, so I was like, shoot, let's go for it. Let's get some pain medicine. So I headed down to the hospital. And they scanned me and everything, and they came back, and I wasn't expecting this all. They said, Mr. Lee, you're presenting to us as if you have lymphoma. And I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. I didn't really recognize the term right away, and I was like, in my own little internal Google, I was like, lymphoma, what is lymphoma? And then I went, wait a second. I said a curse word.
Oh, God, yeah.
I said, are you saying I have cancer?
Yeah.
And they said, sorry.
No, you're good.
And they said, yes, sir. But we have to, make sure we have to test it and make sure. So it was cancer.
Oh, my gosh.
That journey was crazy. Telling my kids, telling my wife. I tell people, they say when you're in those kind of moments, your life flashes before your eyes.
Yeah.
But for me, that's not what flashed before my eyes. It was all the moments I was about to miss. I was looking at my little boys and looking at my wife, who we'd literally just been through this really amazing season that was hard, but we'd gotten on the other side of some really tough stuff in our marriage.
Yeah.
And things were really good. Mm-hmm. And, and you're just like, man.
Yeah.
And so that part was hard. And then anybody who's been through a cancer journey, there are seasons where you've got all the hope in the world and you run through a brick wall. And then there are seasons where you're like, I'm going to die tomorrow, and you're a really dark place, Yeah. So I was in a little bit of that I'm going to die tomorrow, really dark place. And I reached out for help to my counselor, mentor, and his name was Jeff. And he said, and I just said to him, hey, Jeff, I think in order for me to make it through this, I'm going to need you to help me prepare to die, which is I know it's a morbid request, but when you're in that moment, just be in that moment with me for a second. It was what I needed. I had to, in that moment, what I believed was I had to wrap my mind around this to understand or to go through it.
Yeah. So
he was like, all right, let's go. He was willing. I'm so grateful for him. He was willing to walk with me through that. Yeah. So step one was what I believe about life after death. So we spent a whole session on that, got that worked out. Step two was logistics, which was an interesting thing. He said, all right, so what we're going to do now is I want you to call your life insurance guy, and I want you to know exactly what's going to happen.
Okay.
I want you to write down all the passwords. I want you to write down who you want to be pallbearer at your funeral. I want it all as much as you can. Write it down. Step one, step two, step three. He said, because what we're going to do is for your wife, who's obviously going to be doing the arrangements, we want to make it as easy and less stress as possible for her, and that will be a gift of love.
Wow.
So that while she's reeling from this and dealing with her own stuff, the one thing she doesn't have to do is try to figure all that crap out.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I did. I called my life insurance guy. I'm like, what happens? He goes, well, I'll be there with a check the next day. I'm like, serious? You come the next day? He goes, yeah, it's kind of a big deal when one of my clients dies. So, yeah, I show up the next day.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, that's fabulous. And then we just walked through, did that whole process. So did the first and second step. And the third step, he goes, okay, now you can write letters or make videos for your loved ones.
Okay.
So that they have something to, remember you by.
Yeah.
And that seems like a simple request. Like if you just go to do it, it's no big deal. Yeah. But for me, and I think for a lot of people, it's not so easy. The blank page is like 1,000,000 pounds weighing on you because you're like, wait a second, what am I going to say in this moment? And really, I powered through it. I put something down, and then we went through the process. And here's the happy end to the story. I was in remission. I've been in remission 7 years. Yeah. Praise the Lord. I'm very grateful.
Fantastic.
But fast forward a few years, when we were looking at digital businesses, it really became, I just kept thinking about that experience of writing those letters and how difficult it was. And I was like, what would it look like if we created an online tool to help people write letters to be left with their will for loved ones? So that, because I always get blown away by the estate planning process. Like, we make wills to be able to figure out who gets our stuff, and it's just not. Yeah, it's just ugh,
Yeah, I have family members going through something similar like that, and it's been a nightmare.
Yeah,
and it's almost, I think it's been over a year now.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
And it's like, why can't we humanize the process a little bit, and there be intentional letters left to loved ones that they can have and hold?
Yeah.
And then I started to think, well, what would that tool look like? And it was a process to figure it out. But we did. We figured out, we have 5 letter templates that we have on the tool.
Okay.
Number 1 is what's true about you.
Okay.
So if I'm writing letters about you, I would say, as I've experienced you, this is what I believe is true about you, John. I care.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So that if you're ever doubting yourselves, if you're ever wondering, having trouble with your confidence, you can read that letter and know that if I'm important to you and you trust me, then what I say is true.
I got
this
you.
is true about you.
Yeah.
Next one is on your worst day. on the day that everything's going wrong.
Oh, gosh.
And you just want to reach out and call me, but you can't.
Yeah.
Here's a letter you can read from me.
Oh, wow.
Third one is on your best day.
Okay,
on the day
yeah.
when the cameras come out and you want to celebrate and you wish you could celebrate with me, but you can't. Here's a letter to read. And the next one is when you've made a huge mistake, when you're feeling shame, and when you've blown it, because we all, not if, but when you do.
Yeah, right.
And you feel like no one in the world would want to talk to you right now except maybe me.
Yeah.
And you can't. Here's a letter to read. Last one is you're easy to love, which is someone in your life comes along and you feel connected to them, but you're scared to let them play a similar role that I had in your life. I want you to know you're easy to love, and I want you to be loved, and go for it. So those messages, we had to work through to figure out what messages we wanted to share, and then we had to figure out how to do that in such a way that it fit everybody's situation. Because I started out going, well, happy wedding day or happy graduation, but not everybody's going to get married. Not everybody's going to graduate. So we had to make it. Yeah. It was an art to make it general. Yeah. But still let it be specific. Yeah.
I was going to ask, like, those are such good questions that encompass everybody. You know, like how long did that process take?
3 years.
Whoa.
3 years.
Okay.
3 years. And it was, and truthfully, it just kind of sat there and stewed until my partners, my amazing partners, I came to them and said, I want to do this through Boro Business Lab. And they were like, are you serious? Yeah. Because they had heard me talk about it. And I was like, yeah, I do. And they said, and they respected the whole process. And they were like, yeah, we need to do this. We need to get this in the hands of people. And they've been amazing. Like I said, my partners helped me get stuff done because they are better. They're good where I'm not. Yeah. So they jumped in. We did it. And truthfully, once my partners were involved, it went fast. Yeah. Wow. And we got it up. We got it online, and it's finally just a few months ago. Yeah. It's out, and so we're just now figuring out how to tell people about it.
Okay. So if somebody how does the process start? Like if somebody, you know, in your situation, for example, like when the doctor tells them and stuff, like how does that? I don't know. I've never been in that situation. You have to excuse me. So what? Do they just come to the website? Is it sign up? Do they contact you? How does that work? How does the whole thing start?
Ideally, you're doing this before any of that happens.
Okay. Okay.
What I would love is, as people are thinking about preparing their wills, they think about doing the letters as well. Yeah. And maybe even updating them as you go through life if you want.
Oh, so this is for a blanket for everybody.
It's for everybody.
Okay. So, see, I'm learning as we go.
Yeah.
So, all right, cool.
It's on lastwordletters.com.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And truthfully, John, I'd appreciate your advice, because if I've got one struggle with this right now, it's exactly how to get this out there.
I got you.
Because I've thought about it. Yes, people who have cancer would be interested. I think first responders would be interested. Who have to, every day they leave the door, they're not 100% sure they're coming back. I think they would want to write these letters. I think military would be interested. I think young dads. I know that it meant a lot to me. I think older people who are coming on the end of their life and it's very heavy on their mind. Yeah. Truthfully, my problem with this product, I'm typically know how to market something. I'm a marketer. Yeah. But I'm just being very vulnerable with you right now. I feel like I could take this so many different directions. I don't know exactly where to take it.
Man.
So any advice you have for me?
Well, you put me on the spot.
Y'all stop for a second.
Yeah, right.
I need a consult, because I trust your marketing mind. Where would you go if you were me?
Man, that's, wow. Now put me on the spot. Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay. Role reversal here. Okay. Thanks. But you know, to be honest, I'd have to think about that one, because that is such a deep topic.
It is. That's my problem, is nobody wants to think about their death. Right. Nobody wants to talk about it. Yeah. So how do I get them into a place where they want to be a part of something that they don't want to be a part of? Yeah. But here's the thing, John, that I want people to understand is I was forced into that situation, but here's what I learned. The moment I did it, and this is cheesy, but it is true, when you're ready to die, you're free to live. That's what I keep saying about this.
Wow.
It is true. Deep, it is true. Like, because think about it. When I have a sure understanding of what I believe about life after death, when I have my logistics in order and what I call the peace of mind file, and then when I've got these letters written, I've done everything really in my power, assuming I have a will and all the other things. I've done everything in my power. so that if I get hit by a truck today, as sad as that would be for my family, I've controlled the last impression.
Whoa.
See, I believe
man.
I believe in a relationship, the first impression and last impression are the things we remember the most.
Yeah.
I remember the moment I went and walked across the room and asked my wife to go on a date. I remember that. But our last impression, we don't always get to control.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes we're fighting with our loved ones and then we leave out and unfortunately something happens. But in this scenario, the letters are the last impression.
Yeah.
The letters actually, and we teach this it's a little mini course, like each section has a little 5-minute video they go through.
Yeah.
And we teach in that there will be time for you to have a eulogy, but these letters are not about you. You're creating a tool to help your loved ones grieve. And not just grieve your loss, but grieve whatever else happens in life.
Dang, man. Ooh, wow, this got deep. Holy cow, man. Jeez.
I mean, it's a deep subject.
No,
but again, back to my marketing problem, nobody really wants to go this deep real quick. That's why I have chosen podcasts.
Yeah.
Because it's one way to tell the story and hopefully connect.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
But it's hard because you and I both know the 2 to 3 second attention span people have scrolling.
Right, yeah.
How do I do this in 2 to 3 seconds?
Yeah. No,
that's figuring it
wow.
out.
Sorry, man. You're actually getting me emotional thinking about it. Jeez. Well, I'm a big baby. Everybody makes fun of me for that. But it's
those are the best kind of people in my life.
Right. Well, I'm thinking too, and also, like you said, just to kind of put it out there, you know, I've gone through this recently with my parents, and they're making a will and that sort of stuff, and yada yada. And like sometimes if I'm at their house, I'm like, hey, we need to talk about such and such, you know, for the day when we die. And I look at them, I say, I don't want to talk about that. You know, you're going to live to 150. I don't care. And they'll look at me and go, no, we need to talk about this. Yeah. And just like you said, nobody wants to talk about it.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
But I know I needed to. And so we had to sit down and we did the will process and everything. But, you know.
And you doing that gave them the gift of peace.
I get that now. Okay. Wow. See, I didn't think about that. I was just like, my parents are going to live forever. No, I'm not talking about this. You know, but. Okay. Wow. Okay. Sorry. That hit me pretty hard right there. So, okay. But so how do the videos are they mostly letters? Do people do videos too, or? I
mean, we tell people you can basically write the letters and use it as a script for the video if you like.
Yeah.
And that's another part of this process. It's hard, especially there's so many different kinds of people. There are certain people who are like, Jeremy, I don't even need to buy this tool. I can write letters, and they just go do it.
Yeah.
Great.
Great.
If you do it, I'm a happy man.
Yeah.
But there's a certain kind of person who says, oh my gosh, this is overwhelming to even think about how to do this. I'm not really good at writing, whatever.
Yeah.
That's where the tools come in. And each letter template has a 5-minute video. And then you see examples of letters others have written so that you can kind of get your mind going.
Yeah.
And then there's like a Mad Lib script.
Oh,
try
really?
to do it like Mad Libs.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Where it's like, here's a sentence and a blank. And then there's a whole thing of prompts, of writing prompts that you can use to fill in those blanks.
Okay.
We've done everything we can do to help make it easy for you. And then some people may see the letter prompt or the Mad Lib thing and be like, that's cool, but now I get it and I know what to write.
Yeah.
But some people may actually follow the dang prompt. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If you follow the Mad Libs, you could have it done in 5 minutes per letter.
There you go. Okay. Well, how do they get delivered once that time comes?
So our tool is an online tool. So you know, it's $99. We priced it that way because we found out a typical will is between $300 to $1,000 to prepare.
Yes. And
we just wanted to be like, let's price it so that's like a bonus to the will preparation is what we hoped.
Yeah.
But for $99, they go in and you get the tools.
Yeah.
Then you fill out the letters. I forgot the question. I went into explaining the price.
Oh, no, you're good. It was like, how do they get delivered?
We want people to handwrite the letters if possible. Is what our suggestion is.
Yeah.
And that they put them together in a little bundle. We ideally, what we'd like to do is 5 handwritten letters put together in a bundle, set with your will.
Okay.
So, and obviously with the names on it. So in my case, I probably would write the letters for my 2 boys and my wife.
Yeah.
And so in the safe next to the will is a bundle of 3 bundles of 5 letters for them.
Yeah, so that's I was going to ask that. So is it the 5 letters for one person, right? So you do that per person.
Yeah, and you could do it however you want. If somebody wants to write just one of the 5 or whatever. But ideally, you'd love to give them all 5 of those gifts.
Yeah.
And you know, and on the front of the envelopes it says, you know, their name and then on your best day.
Yeah.
And we arranged the Mad Libs to kind of explain here's the letters meant to be read whenever things are going well.
Yeah. What kind of feedback are you getting from the people that have done it?
Listen, the feedback is full to me. The gift of this is I'm seeing on people's faces. Yeah. The gift that I felt when I did it. It's relief.
Okay.
It's peace.
Yeah.
It's confidence. Mm-hmm. It's there's just a part of the worry, anxiety of dying is gone for them. Yeah. Not all of it, obviously, but a piece of it.
Yeah. Wow. Well, on the flip side of that, have you seen the other side of it, people receiving the letters? Have you had a chance to witness any? I wouldn't think so.
We're really brand new.
Yeah. Okay. I wasn't sure if it had gotten to that point there. So, okay. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I could handle it if I ever saw that. Yeah.
But you know, you get this. We do. Our businesses help people.
Yeah.
And like you help local businesses, I help local businesses, and there's a lot of satisfaction there. But when this project gets to that place, there will be a deep satisfaction.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Because it will, if you have ever lost someone you've loved, you get it. You go to their closet, you find a sweater just to capture their smell. You go and anything you can find, any picture, anything. Before they die, it is not that valuable. After they die, it becomes priceless. Yeah. These letters, same thing. Yeah. We are literally creating things that people would not sell for $1 billion.
Oh yeah. No.
Just stop and think about that for a second.
Think about that, yeah. Wow. Dude, I got goosebumps thinking about that. Jeez.
If you're, I won't use your parents, that's too much.
Oh, you're all right.
If I was, if I leave and those letters get delivered to my boys, and then somebody comes and says, I'll buy those letters for $1 million right now. Yeah.
They'd be like, you get out of my house. Yeah. Not happening.
Isn't that amazing?
That is amazing. Wow, I never thought of it like that. Wow. So you're literally, like, kidding aside, this is going to sound cliche, but you're creating like a real life Hallmark moment. Like, you see those movies where they like find the letter after they've passed or something, and then it's like, oh my God, that's what you're helping. Wow. Okay. I know that was a corny example, but you know what I mean.
That's exactly how, that's going to be my new nickname, the real life Hallmark movie.
Well, all right. I gave you something on this.
That's awesome.
Dang. Well, if people want more information about it, throughout the website, any information, anything again that you,
it's lastwordletters.com.
Yep. Simple enough. Just
go
to that. Okay. Yeah. Gotcha. Dang, man, that is. Whew. Sorry, that got really deep. I'm sorry. That was.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to.
No.
It's a Monday morning. We don't want to go.
No, I like starting off the day like this. This is good, man. Because, well, I mean, you've given me a lot to think about, actually.
Man, I appreciate that.
Yeah, like wow. We'll talk more off camera, but it was like, dang, I was like, man, this is really something. So, but okay, cool. So you said one more time, it's $99 for the service. They get all that stuff.
It's $99 for the product, and again, it's just you get a login, you go in, you see the content, you use the tool, and another thing is I don't care if somebody buys it. If they pass it on to somebody else, they can write as many letters as they want.
Okay, yeah.
There's no. This isn't.
It's not. Yeah, I get it. I mean, you're genuinely.
Nobody's getting rich here.
Trying to help people. Yeah, this is during a time that could be tough. So
yes.
That's very amazing. That's amazing. So I want to try and spread the word about this as much as we can. This is really cool. So
I really appreciate it.
Oh yeah, no problem. Well, before I break down in tears, we're gonna.
Can I say one more thing before we go?
Oh no, please.
Because I know you have a bunch of people watching this.
Oh, please feel free.
If there's anybody out there watching, especially in the Murfreesboro area that runs a senior care center, hospice, hospital, works with first responders, military. Again, the problem I mentioned earlier, I'm very serious, and I'm looking to connect with people that might want to pilot this in their organization. And help us do this on a larger scale. I'd appreciate that. So if anybody out there is listening, I'd appreciate that connection.
I have about 4 emails that popped right in my head. I'm going to write. Oh, as soon as we're done. Yeah.
Oh, that's huge.
No, I'm very specific people. I'm not going to name them, but it's I will off camera. But yeah.
Thank you, John.
Oh yeah, no, this is such a good thing you're doing, and like I said, I've got goosebumps thinking about this, and you're helping me. This is wonderful. I love it. Okay. Now, like I said again, because now I'm getting all misty. I'm going to stop. I'm going to break down on camera. But no, I really, really appreciate you coming on here and sharing that.
Thank you.
This is fantastic. This is one of my probably favorite episodes we've done.
Are you serious?
I love this, man.
I'm on Mount Rushmore of the Murfreesboro podcast. That was recorded. You got that, right?
I mean, I'm sorry to everybody else, but you know. No, this was so cool. Very eye opening. Very, very eye opening. So, thank you for that. And everybody, I got the website and everything. I'll put in the description. So if y'all want to check them out, you can. And Mr. Jeremy Lee, thank you for coming on.
For having me.
Also, Boro Business Labs, check them out. So there you go. And thanks for tuning in as always. We'll see y'all in the next one.